Welcome back, IWC. Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. It's your old buddy, the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy. And I tell it like it is. I'll say that to say this. Coming to you live to tape 25 feet below the surface of the earth. Wait a minute. I'm live. I'm definitely live. Otherwise, I wouldn't be taping. And I'm not taping at the same time. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Quite the conundrum. Quite the kerfuffle. I have to ponder this. I have amnesia and deja vu at the same time. I think I've forgotten this before. Fuck it. You guys get the idea. Live to tape for another episodic YouTube adventure here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel for Chaos Corner, the show, because this isn't a fucking podcast. This is a show. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. My over 50 years as a researcher, a scout, a historian, an agent, a producer, a sweeper of floors, a seller of tickets, a promoter, a fan, a smark. A mark. That's right. I said it. A mark. For all you neckbeards and geeks and goons and mouth breathers and virgins and dweebs. Oh, no offense, man. Lighten up, kayfabe. Let's have some fun. Much love and respect to everyone that's tuned in. To the over 36,000 of you last week. Let's keep the ball rolling. We're only a few days away from the big election day, so get out and vote or don't say anything. I'm just saying. Shout out to my moderators. My brother from another mother, Austin Nance, and the OTS Tribal Queen. Let's sit back and relax as we look at the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Top 500, the 34th annual PWI 500. Sit back and relax. Grab a beverage. Grab a snack. If you go back within the last week, I did the PWI Top 10. Now remember, just remember the time frame here. See, Cody Rhodes is on the cover to show you that I'm not full of garbage here. No, I'm marked safe today from being called garbage. For all you extremists out there, settle down, man. Relax. This is a motivational, stress reliever, just much needed temporary distraction from everything that's going on in this country. Grocery prices, wars all over the world, border invasions, illegals, crime, inflation, the national debt, the violence, and as everyone says, the chaos. But remember, I am the guardian of chaos. I'm one of the good guys. So use your own discernment. Stay mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually fit. Because if he's for us, nobody else can be against us. And that's all I'm going to say. So go back and check out the top 10 that we did. We agreed on some. We disagreed on others. I've been calling out Pro Wrestling Illustrated for the last year or two. And how they're 2 and 3 and 4 months behind on things. And I get it. It's a lot of work. They put in a lot of work over there. I grew up in the magazine era of the 70s. So just remember where I'm coming from. When everything was kayfabe, I get it, I understand, but it's more real now than ever. So let's get it fucking right and correct and straight. And I apologize for the F-bomb all the time. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. So quickly, we ran over the top 10, and we didn't agree with some of them, but I'll quickly give you the top 10 before we move on from number 11 to number 20. Now, this is dated for December 2024, and we're in the second day of November. So, just remember the time frame and how accurate or inaccurate and where these talented superstars were at this point when this was printed. Because if you go back to the ratings, which we're going to break down, I have the last 3 or 4 current magazines of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So this ended in mid-August of 2024. So here we are in November. So all of September, all of October, it's at least 2 months behind to current storylines here in the WWE, AEW, and throughout the world. MLW, New Japan, the NWA, TNA Impact, Impact TNA, Ring of Honor, whatever it's called, AAA, CMLL, all the companies, independent groups. So just remember, Cody Rhodes was number 1. Swerve Strickland was number 2. Will Ospreay was number 3. Seth Rollins came in at 4. Naito was number 5. Damian Priest was 6. MJF was 7. Moxley came in at 8. Gunther was number 9. And Mystico rounded out the top 10. So that's where we were when we did the first show. Go back and check it out. You'll find it very interesting. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to have you put it up in the chat. Tell me what you think. At the time Cody was number 1, he was the WWE and still is the WWE champion. When Swerve was number 2, he was the AEW champion. He is no longer. It's Jon Moxley. Ospreay was number 3 here. I can't really disagree with that. Seth Rollins was number 4. Not quite sure. I don't think he deserved to be that high. Naito definitely didn't deserve to be number 5, in my opinion, although he's a legend. Priest was the world heavyweight champion, if I'm not mistaken, at that time, was number 6. MJF was 7. He missed most of the year, so I didn't agree with him being 7. Moxley, who is now the AEW heavyweight champion, was number 8 here. It was the IWGP. I didn't agree with Moxley being in the top 10, and I certainly didn't agree with Mystico being in the top 10. And we know now Gunther, who beat Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship, which in essence is a second-rate, third-rate heavyweight title in the WWE. Let's just be honest about it. He's number 9. Right now, I'd put Gunther probably in the top 3 in the world. But remember the time frame and where we are. So I'm going to continue here. Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the 34th annual PWI Top 500 in the world. So if you made this fucking list, you're one of the best in the world out of thousands of stars and wrestlers and other top organizations and in the independents. It's quite an honor, even if you're number 500. So let's run it down and remember the time frame and compare it to where we are here, because this is 2 months behind. It just is. And titles have changed and things have changed. Number 11 in the PWI Top 500. His signature move is the Coquina Clutch. He is the king of television, voluntarily gave up the Ring of Honor TV title to pursue the AWA World Heavyweight Championship. 25 years, if I'm getting this correct, 25 years in the business, and I've been on several events with him, and that would be number 1, Samoan in AEW. Samoa Joe came in at number 11 for the PWI 500. So if this is supposed to include 2024, which we figured out on the first show, they're going by the second half of 2023 and maybe the first half into the summer of 2024. So let that sink in. And that's my bitch to PWI. And being up to date and being comparable, and a date and age where with the internet and social media, you can catch up in the flash of an eye, the blink of an eye, the snap of a finger, and find out what's going on. So this becomes persona non grata, really. And you're charging 10, 11 bucks for the magazine. When I used to pay 99 cents for it, now, man, the magazine era, I'm reminiscing like I did. And I did a PWI show a year ago. Go to Chaos Corner and go chronologically. It's set up. And you'll see the show when I called them out last year. So this is nothing new. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon here. I was a huge Pro Wrestling Illustrated supporter my whole life. And obviously, I still am. Even in this era of what we call pro wrestling. Sports entertainment, entertainers, and artists, and Whatever the fuck you guys are calling yourself. So Samoa Joe, number 11, 25 years as a pro. Entered a record-setting 546-day reign in the process. At World's End, trounced MJF for the world title at the Nassau Coliseum. And he was taken out of action by Chris Jericho after a Stampede street fight. Now, we haven't seen Joe in a while. He had the program with Hook, so on and so forth. But we haven't seen Joe in a while. I want him to come back. He's still got gas in the tank. He's still a legit badass. So Samoa Joe, number 11 in the PWI Top 500. And right now, for this purpose, we did 1 through 10. I'm repeating. I get it. We're going 11 through 20. Number 12, 22 years as a pro. Hometown of Laval, Quebec. Perennial underdog, won big at WrestleMania, ending Gunther's record-breaking Intercontinental title reign. He got there with some help from friend El Generico's infamous top rope brainbuster, delighting many longtime fans. He retained the Intercontinental crown against Chad Gable, Dirty Dom Mysterio, and Braun Steiner Breaker, ending the evaluation period as champ, which they didn't tell us the evaluation period. Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Anyone? Can we guess who number 12 is? Honorary Oos, Sami Zayn. Number 13 in the top 20 for PWI 2024. And again, the evaluation period, I'm repeating. 23 years as a pro. His ring style is a powerhouse. He defeated last year's number 1 ranked wrestler, Seth Rollins, for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. And Rollins should have never been number 1 last year either, holding a third-rate title. I'm just telling you how I see it. Put your thinking caps on. The moment was thwarted by rival CM Punk at the Senior Money in the Bank. I don't know why it says senior. At Money in the Bank. Oh, wait. Hello? McFly? Is anybody home? Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest. He handed Cody Rhodes a rare singles loss on February 19th edition of Monday Night Raw. Coming in at number 13 in PWI Top 500, Drew McIntyre. Number 14, 25 years as a pro. Trained by Shawn Michaels. Won the Owen Hart Cup with victories over Shingo Takagi and that bastard Pac and Adam Page, the Hangman. Earning an AWA World title shot at Wembley Stadium. He defeated his hero, Blue Panther, at Arena Mexico. If the 500 focused purely on technical ability, this man would be in contention for number 1 every year. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, who I think maybe should have been a little higher in this rankings. I'm not quite sure if Joe, I guess he does deserve to be at number 11. Ahead of Mystico, in my opinion. Sami Zayn, I think, is rated a little too high. He's over with the fans. I get it. He defeated Gunther. I get it. I don't think Zayn should be 12. But you say, Chaos, well, who are you going to replace him with? He's worthy. I can't argue that much. McIntyre, maybe above Sami Zayn. Maybe Joe was champ for a while. 546 days. So he deserves to be there at number 11. Danielson probably should be a little higher. Sammy, I don't know. You fans will probably say he deserved to be number 12. At number 15, 12 years as a pro, an affiliation of the System. Huge leap up the list this year for TNA wrestling mainstay, who incidentally has an impressive vertical leap for a man his size. He defeated Alex Shelley for the TNA World title at Hard to Kill commencing the 6-month reign. The run included a defense at TNA events and various independent shows, and that would be former football player, the big man, Moose. Now, I don't think Moose deserves to be in the top 20. Never mind 15. Just because he was the TNA champion and he went over guys here that are mid-card guys in the big scheme of things. No offense, they're all superstars. Moose does not deserve to be number 15 for this 2024 PWI 500. I don't think he belongs in the top 20. I know TNA is a top company, but are they number 3, 4, 5? Are they more? Is it more important than the IWGP heavyweight title? Is it more important than the World Heavyweight Championship, which is the second, third title in WWE, the Intercontinental title? Is it? I'm asking you guys. So that's Moose at number 15. Coming in at number 16, 17 years as a pro. He had a reign with the IWGP World title and continued until Wrestle Kingdom 18, where he lost to Naito. Giving a lot of credence to that IWGP championship from New Japan. He had a 9-month stint, including successful defenses against Jack Perry, Yota Tsuji, Evil, and Hiromu Takahashi. Now, I'm not impressed. I'm really not. He surpassed Perry and Yoshihashi in the New Japan Cup. And he seeks submission victories with Skull and the Dragon Sleeper. I know Comic Book Bob would get this from the Wrestling Council. Number 16, and again, I don't think he belongs in the top 20, Sonata. Let me know what you think in his qualifications as I read to you how many years they've been in the business, a little bit of their biography, where they're from, and try to let you guess. I'm not impressed with the 11 through 20 thus far with some of the guys and other talent that's out here as we move on and we cover the PWI Top 500 in segments here. Chaos Corner. Follow me on all social media platforms. You know what they are. Here on the channel. Go over to the community page. I update almost daily. I report live on WWE and AEW, including the pay-per-views and PLEs and the weekly shows. Also on Twitter, a.k.a. X. If you're not over there, it's free. I don't know why. It doesn't have to be toxic. I post over there almost daily and report live on the shows. At Big Daddy GOC. And the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. Go over to Twitter. You won't regret it. I'm telling you. 2 accounts on Facebook for a more personal side as I let you know me. Face to the product. A real person. I don't put all the graphics and green screens and all the different music and editing that some of the superstars in this IWC and podcast world do, because this isn't a podcast, and I say it all the time. I give it to you raw dog. And I'm very proud of that and let you into my life. So over on Facebook, it's a little more personal, 500 or 600 or 1,000 followers over there. So I keep it personal if you want to be a part of that club. Jay Brony is the first account on Facebook, just like it sounds, Jay Brony, for all you jabronis and pencil necks out there. No offense. And then there's even more personal page from my family, my wife, my daughter, granddaughter, my friends, independent pro wrestling news, local events that I promote here along with Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling and the Paradise 4. And that would be at Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian. Let me pronounce it again. Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian. They're both connected, those 2 accounts. So Facebook, Twitter, and here on the YouTube channel. I'm off the gram. No more Instagram for the Guardian of Chaos, but I am on Rumble, but strictly as an observer right now. We'll see what happens. Number 17, 16 years as a pro. Nicknamed the Main Event, that kind of gives it away right there. And he returns to the PWI 500 after a renewed singles focus. So in other words, he wasn't even ranked last year. And this year he's number 17. Makes sense? I'm not sure about that. And that's my bitch with PWI and what you present. Because you work for me. You work for the fans. We pay your salaries. We buy your magazine. We are the consumer. You work for us. Step up your fucking game. And I know it's hard work. I respect you for it. This isn't the kayfabe magazine era of the 70s and 80s. Can we put some more into this? Accuracy, timing, so at least it's relevant? I'm talking to everyone over there at PWI. And obviously I still support you. So don't question my loyalty. I question yours to the fan base. That's what I question. Though he and Cody Rhodes enjoyed brief tag team title reign, again, this man is now focusing on the singles. But that's about to change too. He scored wins over Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Dirty Dom. He beat Brother Jimmy at WrestleMania, and that just gave it away. Among WWE's most popular superstars. Yeet, 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 yeet. Coming in at number 17, Jey Uso. Phenomenal grappler, loyal to the Samoan dynasty. You know what a big part of my career they were. Loved them like brothers. Ultimate Uso. Jey Uso does not belong at 17, even though he won the Intercontinental belt just recently on SmackDown, I believe. Big, huge accomplishment for the company to entrust you. Whether people say it's a prop or not, to entrust you with a belt, that means they believe in you. Not number 17. He didn't jump that high that fast. Just my thoughts and reactions and viewpoints. Let me know what you think. Give me your top 10. Give me your 11 through 20. Do your due diligence and research. Pick up the fucking magazine. Do it with me. Again, I really do apologize for the cussing. I mean that sincerely. Coming in at number 18 in the PWI Top 500. 833-day reign as a AAA mega champion ended sadly by injury. This man is 12 years as a pro. Out of action since the spring, but continued unreal crash and burn performances for half of the evaluation period. Again, half. Just like MJF didn't deserve to be at number 7, being injured or being out. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly here. This man doesn't deserve to be in the top 20. Perhaps not even in the top 50. Just giving it to you. Defended the Mega Championship in the United States, Mexico, and Australia via Ring of Honor, AAA, and Game Changer Wrestling. Coming in at number 18, Hijo del Vikingo. What? Really? This is what you come up with? Talented luchador. Top 20 worthy? Number 18? Get the fuck out of here. Number 19. Number 19, 21 years as a pro, and I disagree with this as well. And I know, well, who would you replace? You guys, if you were here on the spot, well, if we were in the round table and debating and had a list of the top 50 here in front of us, top 25, we could interchange. But I know these guys, some of these guys don't belong in these spots. Some do. I agree with some. Highly creative post-WWE campaign, and he swept the indies by storm. Which independent pro wrestling is the backbone of this fucking industry, this business. Make no mistake about it. Every town, city, state across this country, Canada, Japan, Mexico, independent pro wrestling. And if you're not supporting it or going out to it, and now the WWE came up with their schools, they're going to have as many performance centers in the independents. I don't know what the heck you're doing. And I almost said fuck again. They're going to hit me with something on this. I apologize, YouTube. Son of a bitch. What? I know. Sometimes this is what I was told by many famous people. From Sirius XM executives and hosts over there that were household names, to the president of the Yes Network, involved with Saturday night's main event, to the owner one time of Ring of Honor, corporate, many other top names and superstars and legends that said Chaos, if you just took the cussing out of it. Well, I could if you hired me, SiriusXM. I'm just saying. I'm not doing it for that. But we've talked about things. I've been in negotiations with everyone over the years. You think I got this talent from not doing what I do? I'm not blowing my own horn. I'm humbled, I'm honored, I'm blessed, I'm thankful. The most well-known unknown. But they always said if you could just stop a little bit more with the cussing, maybe lose the glasses, and that's the guardian of chaos, Big Daddy. So I didn't sell out. Pride sometimes gets in the way, sometimes it hurts. I'm just giving it to you. So we're at number 19 in the PWI 500 here. We're not even a half an hour in. Don't go anywhere. We're on number 19. We're only going 11 to 20. Go back and, like I said, check out 1 through 10. Again, he swept the Indies by storm post-WWE, earning the PWI cover in June of 2024. And his highest ranking in the 500 to date is right now at 19. He packed buildings worldwide with a 5-month undefeated streak. Packed buildings, what, 500,000, 2,000? I'm not saying that's what I performed in front of as well. Pro Wrestling Manager, you guys get it. You know the history. I'm not going to get into it. We're doing the PWI Top 500. And we're in number 19. Top 20 on this episode, 11 through 20. We'll get on to it, Chaos. Get on to it. Unseated Chris Sabin as the TNA X Division champion at No Surrender. His catchphrase is "An Ali we trust." Great talent, number 19, Mustafa Ali. I don't agree with it. I don't think Ali's in the top 20 at all. And that doesn't diminish their talent and my respect for them. Remember that. We have our First Amendment as far as I know. And I know you can't defame or slander. I get that because you have your First Amendment to an extent. So you really don't have freedom. Just remember that. And pretty soon that might be going too, depending on what happens over the next couple days. So Mustafa Ali at number 19. And here we go at number 20. And then we'll wrap it up, fans. Again, thanks for being here. And we'll continue with, don't go anywhere. We got more content. I got content for the next 10 years. Number 20. Sentimental favorite and forever underdog lived up to potential by taking the inaugural Continental Classic Round Robin Tournament. He retained the NJPW Strong Openweight and ROH World titles, which he defended in the Classic, to take the AEW Triple Crown. What a ripoff that is. He earned Bryan Danielson's respect by defeating him at Revolution. I don't know why that has to be in there. 22 years as a pro. The spinning back fist is his signature. And that would be the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, at number 20. And to me, for as far as he comes and came, and we've been on the same circuit, know the same people, same circles, Eddie Kingston is not a top 20 grappler. He's not. He's a legit badass, a street guy. Put his blood, sweat, and tears into this fucking business. Eddie Kingston is not in the top 20. But here in the PWI Top 500 2024, again, December of 2024 while we're in November, that's my biggest call out of PWI and what you guys do over there. So Eddie Kingston is number 20. And just to give you who's number 21 before we go on to the next, they got Kazuchika Okada at number 21 here in the PWI 500. 21 with guys like Kingston and Ali and Vikingo and Sonata and Moose and Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, all over Okada. And this is why this is nothing like the magazine era. Again, 11 through 20. Samoa Joe coming at 11. Sami Zayn. Drew McIntyre. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson at 14. Moose, Sonata, Jey Uso at 17. Hijo del Vikingo, Mustafa Ali, and at number 20, Eddie Kingston. I already went through on the last episode 1 through 10, but I'll give you who they have ranked here in the ratings analysis in the back of the magazine for the period ending August 18th, 2024, and compared to who they have here. And this is just the top 10. Cody Rhodes, who was the undisputed champion for the WWE. Gunther, number 2, as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Swerve Strickland, number 3, the AEW World Champion, which he is no longer now. Naito at number 4 was the IWGP World Champion. Damian Priest came in at 5, the former World Heavyweight Champion. Nick Nemeth, number 7 as the TNA World Champion. Zack Sabre Jr. coming in at number 7 in the heavyweight division. Number 7, Zack Sabre Jr. is not in the top 10. Not in the top 20. Great talent, not in the top 20. Kiyomiya, the GHC champion, was number 8 out of Japan. Number 9, Yuma Aoki, the Triple Crown champion out of Japan. And number 10, Yuma Anzai, the former Triple Crown champion, at number 10. So to me, right here, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the heavyweight championships right here for the period ending August 18, 2024 in the PWI Top 500, 34th annual edition. Just so you know that I have my accurate information from what they report not happening. And again, what they base it on. And they didn't say it at the top of the PWI 500, and maybe they should have, but it is back here. And the ratings, and I guess the rankings as well, just to give you the criteria, are based on a 1-loss record for the past month. And again, they're way behind. And I guess they do it for the year for the top 500. Quality of opposition, inherent skill of each wrestler, and unless it's submitted by the promoters, the ratings are compiled by a committee consisting of several people, and I don't know what the hell their qualifications are that make out these lists. Obviously, Harry Burkett is a legend for PWI and in journalism. Kevin McIlvaney has his reputation. I guess they go by cagematch.net to an extent, which is an authority at certain levels. So that's what you have. We'll be back with more content, more information, more breakdowns of Pro Wrestling Illustrated's Top 500, the ratings, the analysis, my bitching and complaints and legitimate concerns about this magazine and their relevance and for what you charge and you work for us. We'll be back with more story time, flashback, dinner for two with the wife, chaos clips, classic talk shows, my own talk shows, in-ring action, not only for Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, my career, and everyone that I've worked with on the events that I was on. Subscribe. Be a part of this unique channel. Not any better, just different. And nobody works harder for you than I do. And I'll continue to say that. The numbers don't lie. And again, all kidding and chicanery and kayfabe aside, from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I want you to stay safe, and I pray for all of you and your families. And I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Don't you dare miss it.